American Dave Wilson underwent emergency surgery after being stopped in 3 rounds by heavyweight Paul Sykes at Wakefield Theatre Club. The 26-year-old Connecticut athlete was stretchered from the ring and an ambulance called after doctors had unsuccessfully spent 15 minutes in the ring trying to revive him. A neuro-surgeon was alerted to meet the ambulance as it reached Pinderfield Hospital, 3 miles away. A hospital statement was issued on Tuesday said that Wilson's condition was not giving cause for alarm, although he was still poorly. Doctors had climbed into the ring when Wilson slumped to the floor after Sykes had slashed away remorselessly as the American lay draped over the top rope. At one point, Wilson was lifted to his feet and border control doctor David Barnett signalled to promoter Manny Goodall that he had recovered, but he had a relapse and a stretcher was called for. There then ensued an inexcusable delay as the stretcher was sought, all searches proving fruitless. First a trestle table, and then a hopelessly inadequate billboard were offered as substitutes. The stretcher was eventually located 10 minutes later, and Wilson was carried from the ring in an unconscious condition. Promoter Goodall said that later that there had been a mix-up between theatre club staff and that the stretcher had been misplaced. He added that doctors would not have moved the American from the ring earlier, even if there had been no delay. Backstage, concern for Wilson's welfare overshadowed a powerful performance by Sykes against an opponent billed as the New England champion. The Wakefield heavyweight had to be forcibly pulled away by referee Harry Warner as he slashed away to the head of the stricken Wilson, who looked almost on the verge of falling out of the ring. A powerful right had stopped Wilson, an elusive target, in his tracks, and he looked badly shaken. He put his hands up high more in surrender than in defence, and Sykes moved in. The fight was recorded as a stoppage, and the time given as 1:21 of the third round. Wilson came with a respectable, if not world-class credentials, and looked a wily adversary, though a hardly devastating puncher. Sykes, 15-4, taller and broader than Wilson, 14-10, started off in determined fashion as Wilson circled the ring, his hands by his waist. He was clipped by a right and dropped in a neutral corner midway through the first, but looked to have fallen over his legs rather than being knocked down by the force of the blow. He climbed up promptly and there was no count, but an encouraged Sykes pinned him in the corner and let fly with both hands. Wilson covered up and rode out the storm. Sykes had failed to make any impression in the second. Little happened, although Wilson fired over 2 combinations which Sykes did not appreciate, although they did not provoke any strong reply. The end in the third was as sudden as it was distressing. Wilson did not look as though he was about to pull off an upset, but neither did he look booked for such a quick defeat.